over range of motion of the wrist, extension, flexion, radial, and ulnar deviation. We'll be using this medium-sized goniometer for all those ranges of motion. So I'm just following your book as well as this sheet I gave you. Everything should be pretty well in line with each other. So first thing I'll have you do, Chad, is stick that arm hanging off the edge of the table. My pivot point is going to be where I've marked this dot on Chad's wrist. So the book says look for the styloid process, which is that bony prominence there. Go a little bit lateral and then distal. So I found the best spot is kind of near this wrist crease right there. We'll help walk around and help you find that spot, but that's an easy spot to find. We're going to line that up as our axis. I encourage you to draw a marker on yourself if it helps. Keep that stationary arm lined up with the ulna. They say midline with the ulna. And the movable arm is going to travel with the fifth metacarpal right there. So I'll say, Chad, can you please lift that wrist up off the table? I'm going to keep my axis and move stationary arm in the right spots. Keep this guy in line with that fifth metacarpal. We have a perfect score, which is going to be about 65 degrees for wrist extension. Only difference, and we're helping with angles, is that theoretically Chad wants to have his arm draped off the table. He was helping us see better. And then we'll do flexion, which is really just the opposite, so you may need to move around here if you want to come to the other side. Sorry. We're going to line up on that same spot, same axis, same stationary arm, same movable arm. And in this case, we're going to have Chad flex his wrist towards the sky. This is hard for me to see. Theoretically, I'd be at a better angle, but we're trying to film and have you guys see. And I think I got it right there. So we're going to say 55 degrees or so, which sounds about right. And that should line up with your norms pretty well. So same axis, same arms, stationary and movable arms right there. And then let's finish off with also fairly easy ones. We'll put the hand flat on the table. We're going to do radial and ulnar deviation. Our point here of axis is going to be, if you find the middle finger, trace that up. That's the third metacarpal. You're going to find the base of that third metacarpal right there. That's my axis point. Again, you can draw a marker on yourself. The forearm midline through the forearm, that's going to be our stationary arm. And then this is very important. The movable arm travels not with the fingers, but with the third metacarpal. So that bone inside of the hand, right proximal to the finger, where the finger starts. So we find our axis, we find our stationary arm, and we stay in line with that third metacarpal. Go ahead, if you can, bring your hand towards your pinky side. I'm going to make sure he doesn't cheat by moving his whole forearm. Again, I'll stay in line, right axis, and in line with that metacarpal, and we're at about 40 degrees or so, which is pretty good. Let's then do the opposite. Same lineups, same axis, move towards your thumb side. Without bowing your hand up like this, you want to keep the hand flat as you do that. Not bowed up with that palm kind of raising, because that's cheating. And I kind of lost my spots, that's fine, I'll fix it. Stay with my stationary arm in the right spot and my movable arm with that third metacarpal. We're at about 17 degrees, which is pretty well within normal range there.